doing some accountability coaching back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea there is that we're going to keep each other accountable for making 2 new contacts every single day. 5 days a week. We're not going to do it during the weekends, but so 2 new contacts 5 days a week, and we're going to check in daily about those 2 contacts. And I guess the reason for me in pursuing that is because when I was doing my real estate business planning, it all came down to contacts. It all came down to how many people you touched per day, per week, per month, per year, to be able to reach your goals on certain percentages based on the likelihood of how many reaches it's going to take to get to a sell and a closing and yada, yada, yada. So came to the awareness that when you break down a big business plan, it comes down to how many people are you touching every single day. And so what we found was that in that model, for us to reach our goals that we had set, it was going to take 2 new touches every single day to reach our goals. And so that's what Adam and I are going to do is help each other stay accountable to those 2 touches per day.
That's what Joy on the team says too. How synchronistic. 2 a day, right?
Yeah. Well, I was
2
just
a day, 10 in play. That's what Joy says.
Right. 2 a day, 10 in play. So you're always connecting with at least 2 people every day, exposing them to Purium, but you're also doing follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
And so you might have 10 in play. So then there's the 2 new exposures. If they're online, if it's a messaging, if you run into someone at the parking lot of the grocery store, but you're consistently exposing. Well, it's what Purium says too. I was just going to really quick pull up this, the business planning worksheet. So in addition to setting goals and getting clear on why you're doing the business, down at the bottom, every month you can use this as an accountability tool. How many hours you're going to work the business and how many exposures a day and how many follow-up calls per day. So then it's a matter of being consistent and tracking, just like in real estate, any sales business. And then, of course, on the worksheet, there's other things to be accountable to. Once you expose the Purium products to people, you can utilize healthy happy hours as a way to then give them more information. Anyway, that's a great scene that you're creating there. I'm excited about what you guys are doing.
Yeah, I think the accountability piece is really important too, Joy, in that I can write that stuff on a paper all day long.
Right.
If I'm in a mode of business planning and I'm feeling super energetic and super driven in that moment to actually go through that process, I can write it down. But if I don't have somebody holding me accountable to it, it's easy for me to just say, oh yeah, I'll get back on that tomorrow, but when I have somebody actually calling me, it can be as simple as a 2-minute check-in phone call. It's just totally different. It's totally different. Somebody else out there is actually holding me accountable for what I've agreed to do myself. And that's very worthwhile.
So here,
me holding him accountable is holding me accountable now. So that's good.
Yeah, because you're doing it as partners. You're running partners. I have a few people in my group who text me every day with how many exposures, how many follow-up calls.
Nice.
So the call to action, the idea, the tip of the day is pick a number, how many exposures are you going to do a day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and then track yourself on your phone, on a piece of paper, but have a running partner, have someone to be accountable to, and touch base daily to make sure you're doing it.
Yeah.
Any other comments, you wonderful, amazing Purium friends?
Well, if you're doing 2 exposures a day, what do you recommend for how many follow-up calls you would need to do a day usually?
It depends where you are in the business, but the 2 and 5 seems to work really well for people who have part-time. Just following up with people. Who do you follow up with? People who are transforming, people who are thinking about the business, your business partners. You're just staying connected.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.